Today's shloka is Shlok 26. As you know, we have been doing the shlokas from Adhyay 18. And it's almost like after giving the entire Gyan in all the 17 Adhyayas of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagwan Krishna is now summarizing how we need to introspect within ourselves to see whether the Gyan which he has given to Arjun and to us, of course, has been applied by us. So there is a reference to the three gunas, and not that it's the first time he's talking about the three gunas. Several chapters earlier, several adhyayas earlier, references have been made to the gunas. And it is hoped that sadhaks have started purifying their chitta, purifying their antakaran. Means what? Means moving from tamas, hopefully to rajas, and then eventually to sattva. So in the 18th adhyay, which is the last adhyay of the Gita, Bhagwan is hoping that by evaluating our own antakaran to see how we have made progress. So I want to just say a word of caution. When we talk about, the tamasic knowledge or tamasic actions, rajasic actions, sattvic actions, this is not for you to use to judge other people or to evaluate others. Okay, this is for our own evaluation, our own introspection, and it's not meant as a judgment on yourself also. It is just the fact. This is what sattvic knowledge is. This is what sattvic action is. This is what rajasic action is. This is what tamasic action is. So it's just bare facts, just information. Now you use that like a measuring tool to see where you stand in your spiritual progress. Okay? So don't take it negatively. Just take it as a tool to measure yourself. Like a measuring tape will start from 1 and it may go on to 12 or it may go on to 39 or it may go on to 60 also. But that doesn't mean that there's any judgment on what is 1 or what is 40 or what is 60. Just a measuring tool. Okay, keep that in mind. So today we are on Shlok 26. Let me chant it. Mukta sango naham vadi dhrityutsaha samanvitaha siddhya siddhyor nirvikara karta satvika uchyate. Bhagwan says, free from attachment, unegoistic, endowed with firmness and zeal, and unswayed by success and failure, such a doer is said to be sattvic. So if you remember in Shlok 19, Bhagwan introduced these three factors, knowledge, action, and doer, and told us that they are of three kinds, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Now, in each of these, we have already discussed knowledge. Or what is knowledge? Not what you have gained in the world outside, what you know about this topic or that topic. Knowledge means the sanskars, the experiences that have been etched in your antakaran through all your experiences over all your lifetimes, based on which your actions happen. And then it also forms a doer. Obviously, an action needs to have a doer, but what doer means here is your personality. So we have already done the three kinds of knowledge, and we have already done the three kinds of actions. So today is three kinds of doers or three kinds of personalities. Shlok 26 is about sattvic doer, sattvic karta, or sattvic personality. This is, of course, dependent on the knowledge. What is the sattvic knowledge? To recap, seeing one in all. What is the action? No pride in the doership, no attachments, no aversion, no expectation of fruit of action. These are all the ways that the action is done in a sattvic manner. Now let's go to sattvic doer. Bhagwan has given 4 lakshans of a sattvic doer or a sattvic personality. Let's go one by one. The first one is mukta sangha. Mukta sangha means mukta, free, sangha, attachment. The person who has a sattvic personality will not have this attachment to whatever he's done. He will not have an attachment to any vishay. He will not have an attachment to any person. Attachment means what? Attachment means I plus want, or I plus must have. So whenever you have that feeling towards an object, a vishay, a situation, a person, know that there is an attachment, and this attachment is happening because of a false notion, some sort of a false belief you have in that object. Then you think that that object or that person or that situation is going to bring you happiness. You think that that person or object or situation is going to fulfill you, and therefore you feel attached to that. But a sattvic doer, a sattvic personality, does not have any attachment. If you see attachment, when you attach to something, you start identifying with that thing. You feel a connection. And with that identification with that vishay, you feel it is mine. Possessiveness happens. And when possessiveness happens, you feel like you have control over that vishay. And often in Vyavahar, we call that love. But that is not true love. True love can never be possessed. True love can never be controlled. So this is a false notion that we have about attachment. So sattvic personality, no attachment to anything, no identification with anything, because he knows, he has a clear understanding. Maybe he doesn't have a paroksh anubhuti yet, but at least intellectually he knows he is Atma. Okay? So obviously he will not feel connected to Nam and Roop. And because of that, there is no possessiveness. There is a feeling of oneness with all. And therefore, this sattvic doer is mukta sangha, first lakshan. Bhagwan says the second lakshan is anahamvadi, unegoistic, unegoistic. This person will not brag. I did this, I did that, I have done this, and inform everyone. You know what I did, you know what I did, you know what I did. He doesn't brag about what he is, his qualities. He may be the best person in the world. He's not going to, tout it around the town that I am like this or I am like that. All right. Why does a person want to brag about his actions or brag about his qualities? Because of the guna of rajas. When rajas arises in us, what happens? That ego I starts being expressed. But here we are talking about sattvic doer. So rajas has been subsumed. So therefore, there is no ego I rising out of pride for his actions, or pride for his qualities, or pride for his possessions, or pride in any other form also. So mukta sangha and ahamvadi. Then the third one, dhrityutsahas samanvitaha. He is endowed with firmness and zeal. Two qualities he has: firmness, dhriti, and zeal or enthusiasm or utsa. Samanvita means endowed with. Now, this sattvic doer, he has no attachment. He has no expectation of fruit of action. He has no desire. There is no ego rising in him. So then what will he do? He'll just sit around doing nothing, no desire, nothing. He just sit down and do nothing, just be lazy, lethargic. No, in fact, it is the opposite. The sattvic personality, the sattvic doer, based on sattvic knowledge, that is seeing oneness in all, he is the person, and only he can be that person who can work with 100% zeal, with 100% determination, with 100% enthusiasm. Okay. Why? Why? Because his energy is not being wasted, not being wasted in worry, not being wasted in expectation, anxiety, what will happen in the future, will I have enough, will I be looked after? He's seeing oneness in all. Nam Roop is all, by the way. So this person, why is he working? He is working. Why is he doing any action? It's an expression of his joy. It's an expression of his love. It's an expression. It's an expression of his worship towards Bhagwan. Then is he only doing work for Bhagwan? No. He's seeing oneness in all. So he sees Bhagwan in all. So when he serves anyone, when he does any work, when he does any seva, he's doing seva of Bhagwan, because Bhagwan is manifested in each and every one. And that is why he does action. People seeing such a person doing action will say, slow down, too much, you're doing too much. No, his mind is quiet while he's doing his action. His mind is focused. His prana is also moving smoothly. His senses are also mastered. When all this is mastered, restrained, controlled beautifully, moving smoothly, all his energy, all his vitality will come out in the dynamism of his actions. So a sattvic doer, once he will start doing something according to his swadharma, according to his expression, he will never want to give up till the work is complete. He will not give up that job halfway out of tiredness, out of kantala, out of despair, frustration. No, that he will not do till the work is complete, even though there may be obstacles, even though there may be many challenges on the way. A sattvic doer does not give up a project or an action halfway. Okay. All right. So that's three. What's the fourth one? Siddhya siddhyor nirvikara. Siddhya, success. Asiddhya, failure. Nirvikara, unswayed. A sattvic doer is unswayed by success or failure. Why? Because he has no expectation of any particular fruit of action. He is simply expressing his joy. He is simply doing what he loves to do. So whether he wins or he loses, whether he gains or loses, whether he is being insulted or praised, whether people are appreciating or throwing brickbats, his state is stable. He is not like a pendulum moving from one end to the other end. Okay. Winning or not winning is not important to him. Doing what is prescribed is important for him. All right. So prescribed means by who? Shastras. So whatever he's being prescribed by the Shastras, whatever is in his prarabdha left to be done, he will do without attachment, without being swayed by emotions, without any ego rising. Such a karta, such a doer, such a personality is called sattvic personality. Okay. So being in the company of such a person is called satsang. Satsang. Maybe the person is not enlightened yet. Maybe the person has not had any aparoksh anubhuti yet. Maybe he has not done the final leap to becoming one with Brahma. but still being with such a person is called Sat Sang. Sang, company with truth. Okay, so that is Sattvic doer. Now let's go to Rajasic doer. Next shloka. 27. Ragi karma phala prepsur lubdo hinsatmako shuchihi harsha shokanvita karta rajasa parikirtitaha. The doer who is full of attachment, seeks the fruit of actions, and is greedy, and who is oppressive by nature and of impure conduct, and who feels joy and sorrow, has been called Rajasic. Obviously, everything which is not Sattvic has moved slightly into the, action, movement, excess, area, range. This is a range of personalities. So we are now going into Rajasic. Rajasic Karta, a Rajasic doer, will do Rajasic actions based on Rajasic Sanskars. Recap, what is Rajasic knowledge or Rajasic Sanskars? Sattvic was seeing one and all. Rajasic means seeing plurality, seeing everyone as separate, not only separate, everyone is different. So his actions will be done to get a specific reward. His action will be filled with doership, karta bhav, bhokta bhav. And because of that, there will be a lot of strain in what that person will do. Because if you want a result, you will feel strain. So if you're feeling strained and tired and drained in your work, know that it is happening because you are striving for a particular result. But this shloka is about a Rajasic doer. What is the Rajasic personality? Here there are 6 lakshans. We'll go through them fast because they are just the opposite of Sattva. First one is Ragi. Ragi means full of attachment. Rajasic doer will be forced by his gunas to go towards an action out of passion, out of attachment, out of rag. Okay? He's highly attached and identified with the action that he does. He's highly identified with all the vishais, and therefore he's impelled, he's pushed, he's prodded, he's forced by his gunas to go towards a particular action. Ragi. Karma phala prepsur. Karma phal, fruit of the action. And he's seeking the fruit of the action. Okay? He's not motivated by doing dharma. He's not motivated because he's not doing actions because it is prescribed by the Shastras. He is only motivated because he wants a particular fruit of action. Even if it costs him his peace of mind. Rajasic. Not only does he want a particular fruit, not only is he satisfied with one particular fruit which he wants, fruit means result. The third one comes in. Lubdha is greedy. Greedy means not satisfied. Even suppose I do an action because I want a mobile phone. Okay, I'm doing action, working hard, making so much money so I can buy this mobile phone. Content after that? Satisfied after that? Not a Rajasic person. He will want more. He will want another one. For a little time, he may be satisfied. But after that, the Rajasic guna will again say, take another one, take another one. 14 will come, 15 will come, 16 will come, 17 will come. You know what I mean. So he'll always want more and more and more. Lubdha, not satisfied. Not only that, not only is he going to be having more and more of this one Vishay, but desires for many things will keep multiplying. Phone will happen, then this will be wanted, then that will be wanted, then that will be wanted. Desires go on multiplying. Lubdha. And third part of Lubdha, he has got his iPhone 15, but somebody has got a newer model. Somebody's got a better model. Somebody's got a nice watch, but somebody else has a better watch. Then what? Covetous, jealous, not only satisfied with what he has, but he wants what others also have. That is called Lubdha. Okay? This is also a sign of Rajas. Fourth Lakshan is Hinsatmaka, oppressive by nature, controlling by nature. Now, because he is controlling by nature, and you can see there is so much rajas, there is so much emotion, there is so much anxiety for wanting, for getting, for acquiring, for obtaining. There is a lot of viksheep happening in this person. So it will come out in his speech. It will come out in his actions. And sometimes, if the desire is not met, this speech or this action can become violent. So you know that when desires are not met, anger happens. When anger happens, you forget who you're talking to. You could be talking to your elders, you could be talking to your teacher, you could be talking to a good friend, but you will say all kinds of nonsensical things. You will become deluded into thinking that you can control this person by your speech or by your actions. And obviously, because of that, your intellect will get destroyed. That will lead to your patan. We call this the ladder of downfall, which we have studied before. So this rajas, which is your basic innate nature, is pushing you into all this action, words, speech, which is not conducive to your spiritual growth. Okay? Hinsatmak. It creates violence. Fifth one, ashuchi, impure. Impure. The person who has got a lot of rajasic tendencies will have impure conduct. One of the impure conducts we've already said, triple filter test is not being met. Speech is becoming impure. All kinds of unsavory words, unsavory thoughts are happening. Tone of voice also changes. So this is not only outside impurity, we're talking about inner impurity, ashuchi. Now, not only inner, but this inner impurity will also push him to do any unsavory action just to procure the object of his desire. Yes or no? We know about all these things, right? Bribe and this and that. So when such things are happening, this is the shloka you have to remember and catch yourself. Sadhana means what? To catch yourself before something untoward is being done by you, right? Then number 6, harsha shokan vitaha. This person, obviously, now it's logical, is going to feel joy when he gets his object. He's going to feel sorrow when he does not get. So harsha shokan vita means he feels joy and sorrow. He fluctuates between the two, depending on his expectation of fruit of action. If he gets, he's joyful. Doesn't get, sorrow. Okay? Now, to reach your final goal, spiritual goal, of course, all Shastras tell us we need to be still. All Shastras tell us we need to be stable. All Shastras tell us we need to be absolutely in a state of equipoise. Now, if you're going to fluctuate between joy and sorrow, how will you achieve your spiritual goal? Therefore, use this shloka to understand where you are going wrong. And as you swing in your pendulum towards joy, catch it, come back to center. If you're swinging in your pendulum towards sorrow, catch it, come back to center. If you're feeling desires rising, catch it, understand. This is how you have to use the shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. Now, if you continuously be in the company of someone who is highly rajasic and you are not strong enough to maintain your equipoise, then you will also get swayed by such a person. So a company of a highly rajasic person is called dussanga. Dussanga. Satvik was called satsang. This is called dussang, not a good company. You are going to have some danger by mixing too much with rajasic people. What about tamasic? Now that also we need to check. Hopefully, we don't fall into that category, but it's good to be pre-warned and to be cautious. Let's go to 28. Ayukta prakrita stabdha shato naishkritikolasah Vishadi dirgha sutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. Lacking piety and self-control, uncultured, arrogant, deceitful, inclined to rob others of their livelihood, slothful, despondent, and procrastinating. Such a doer is called tamasic. Of course, lots of unpleasant adjectives used here, not in the sense of trying to put anyone down, but more as a way of checking out, I am not any of these, okay? Try to take it in the correct sense. Tamasic doer will obviously do tamasic actions. And the tamasic actions will always be inspired by tamasic sanskars. So what are the tamasic sanskars? We already discussed earlier. Clinging to just one aspect of a notion, one aspect of an idea, and saying, this is the whole. There is no other possible aspect to this idea. It's a partial understanding, tamasic. And it is irrational because it is not based on any higher ideal. Okay? What is it based on? Ignorance and delusion. And Bhagwan said tamasic knowledge or tamasic sanskars are trivial because they are only superficial. They don't go down into the depth of that topic. So if you do any action based on such kind of sanskars, you will be doing them by sheer ignorance of four things. What are those things? You don't bother to think what will be the consequence of such an action. You don't bother to think whether there will be loss to yourself by doing such an action. You are not concerned whether you are injuring other people by doing such an action. And most important, and very tamasic, is you're doing this action without thinking whether you have the ability to do them, whether you have the resources to do them. For example, you may take on one huge project to do some big business or some big project. Neither you have the resources to do them, nor do you have the ability to do them. And that kind of a work that you're doing displays tamasic personality. Okay. 8 lakshans of a tamasic doer. Let's go through them quickly. First one, ayukta. Ayukta, not established in dharma, not integrated. Not integrated means your thoughts, your words, and your actions are completely different. They do not match. They are not integrated. Such a person will be undisciplined. He will say something, he will do something, he will think something. He will not be doing any nitya karma. Why? Mind is so distracted here, there, everywhere. Okay. Also, even if his intellect through some magic gives him a warning, okay, don't do this, or maybe this is not correct, he is not going to listen to the whispers of his intellect. Ayukta. And he has not done any sadhana to control any of his animalistic tendencies. His animalistic tendencies of greed, etc., etc. When greed is gone to the extreme, when ego has gone to the extreme, then all this ayukta happens, disintegrated personality. Second, prakrit. If you remember earlier, I explained, we are all born with our particular prakriti based on our predominant guna, right? Our sanskars, our prakriti is what we are born with. But what we are born with doesn't have to be the same till we die, right? So if you start doing sadhana, if you start taking a note of what exactly is your prakriti, am I tamasic, am I rajasic, should I be changing this, should I be doing that, you'll start doing some positive work to improve yourself. Then your prakriti will become sanskriti, cultured. It will become cultured. It will become refined. And if you don't do anything, just stay with that prakriti only, you don't make any effort to change, then out of default, you will go into decay. You will go into vikruti. Automatically, prakriti will become vikruti if you don't change it to sanskriti. So here, prakrit, this person is stuck with what he is born with. He's not doing any work to improve himself. He's not trained his intellect. He's not refined his senses. His behavior is like an uncontrolled child, tantrum if he doesn't get what he wants. He has no manners. He's uncouth. He's boorish. So that is prakrit, just staying with his tamasic prakriti. 3, stabdha. See, I'm going according to the words of the shloka. Stabdha, inflexible, arrogant, unbending. He will be stuck on what he believes and he will not listen to advice from elders. He will not listen to his teachers. And he's arrogant to top it all. No humility. Just stuck up there, okay? So where is he stuck? He's stuck in his own ignorance and in his own delusion of his own greatness. Shatha, dishonest, deceitful. Okay, we're really going into the depths of tamasic personality. Dishonest. Now, this person can cheat you for personal gain. He's not dependable. If he wants something, he will do whatever he can do. He'll cheat you and he will get what he wants. And sometimes he is not integrated. Remember, ayukta. So inwardly, he will make a plan of how he can cheat you, and outwardly, he will be very sweet to you. He will conceal his real motives of helping you. He will show that he's helping you, but actually it is a secret plan he's making to commit fraud or to do some illegal activity in which you will suffer loss. So that is dishonest and deceitful. That was number 4. Naishkritik. Now we are going into evil, malicious, wicked person. He will definitely deprive you of your money. He'll definitely deprive you of your property or job or whatever belongs to you. You have to be very cautious with such people. Such people will naturally create quarrels, create disputes where none of them need to exist. He will create problems for people. And worst of all, he's very revengeful. He will want revenge. He will have a lot of vengeance against you and he will destroy you. He'll be vengeful till he destroys his opponent. Of course, I don't feel so good talking all these things, but Bhagwan has told me to talk about it, so I have to say it. Number 6, alas, slothful, lazy. This person is not doing his nitya karma, he is not doing his dharma, everything is kept pending. And he's only pandering to himself in whichever way he wants. His whole life he is idle, looking for shortcuts, looking for easy options out, bribing, etc. And all this is happening because, and I don't know which comes first, chicken or egg. Is he dull and that's why he does all this? Or by doing all this, he becomes dull and drowsy? I think it is just both happening simultaneously. His intellect has become dull. His intellect is asleep in ignorance. And therefore, he can't motivate himself to get up and do anything. Alasa. Vishadi. See how it's progressing. Vishadi. Think of Arjun in Adhyay 1. Despondent, gloomy, morose. An idle mind will make you like this. If you stay idle, you will become Vishadi only. So this person is continuously lamenting about his life, lamenting about his problems, lamenting about his situation, like Arjun, exactly like Arjun. Poor me, poor me, poor me. Whoever comes in front of me will have that katha of poor me, Vishadi. And this leaves him drained. So this person has no vitality, no stamina. If a challenge comes, he'll just give up. He'll not even attempt to solve the problem and pass the buck of his life, of his situation to others. Vishadi. Dirga Sutri, procrastinating, always postponing. Later, 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 later. Not only postponing, but whatever he does also, dirga, slow, very slowly will do. One job which can be finished in 10 minutes will take 30 minutes to do. No vitality, no dynamism. And worst, such a person is postponing his spiritual journey also. Oh, I have a lot of work now. When I retire, I will do sadhana. This is not the time. Later. Not that he's busy also. Huh? He's just postponing out of laziness. Postponing a spiritual journey, your spiritual goal out of laziness. Not because he's so busy or because he has obligations towards his family. It's out of laziness that he's postponing his spiritual sadhana. Okay. 8. Okay, so what happens to such a person? Such a person 100% will have a downfall unless he picks him up. The trouble is tamasic personality cannot pick himself up. Somehow or the other, he has to come to a person who can lift him out of this morass of tamas. And if you are continuously in the company of that and you don't keep yourself safe, then you'll also go down in that gutter along with him. Right? Now remember, don't judge other people that he is a tamasic and he is a rajasic and doer and this and that. No, I'm sattvic, they are rajasic, they are tamasic. No, no, no. If you do that, you'll only become a rajasic person. You'll only become a tamasic person. This is only and only for your own evaluation, for your own introspection, for your own progress in your spiritual journey. If you see Ramayana and Mahabharata, there are examples of these 3 kinds of personalities, right? For example, let's take Tamasic. In Ramayana, Kumbhakaran slept for 6 months. So laziness was there, right? Or if you take Shakuni in Mahabharata, pure evil, pure evil. That's a Tamasic personality. If you see Rajasic, then I would say Duryodhan and Ravan. They were Rajasic. Why? They had lot of desires, full of desires. They were also stubborn. They would not listen to anyone, and they will just do whatever they want to do to get their desire fulfilled. And of course, Vibhishan in Ramayana is an example of a sattvic personality. Take these as your benchmarks and see where you stand. Now, obviously, all this has an impact on your intellect, on your buddhi, right? So next time, next Thursday, that is, yeah, unless there is Navratri going on, but I'll check that. The next topic taken up by Bhagwan is, how is your intellect? Is your intellect tamasic? Is your intellect rajasic? Or is your intellect sattvic? That whenever the next time comes, that will be our next topic. Okay? Oh. 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 Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Chitarpanam. Jai Gurudev.